Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Matthew?
Hi, Joyce.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How about me?
Very good. So,
Okay.
shall I make you the presenter, Matthew?
Uh, Say again, Joyce. I didn't hear you.
No, shall I make you the presenter?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm just logging into the GoToMeeting.
Okay, okay, fine. Once you do that, I'll make you the presenter.
Yeah.
You got the request, yeah, Matthew?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, I can. I can see the canvas demo. I mean, I think
How about that?
yeah, the login screen, yes. Demo.aristotle.com login, yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah.
Matthew, this current version of Canvas, can it be used to sort of deliver live teaching sessions like like you announce a course and people come into that time, teacher talks, I mean teacher delivers PowerPoint or video, and they can students can ask questions, share the whiteboard, etc., is that available?
No, no, Joyce. I don't think that is available in this version.
But the latest
So
version.
for that, I think, yeah. Yeah, the latest version, I think it has got something to do with some online capturing of the session or something like that, which I am not very sure about it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll look at it,
Yes.
how that works. But then I
maybe,
think, yeah.
maybe Sharath probably ask him to do a deep dive, because there is an opportunity that somebody wants to deliver a online course, purely online.
Okay.
Where they will announce a teaching time. Students will log in, and then he will deliver the audio part, and then students can ask questions like a virtual classroom. It's a virtual classroom basically. You know.
Okay.
Let's see if that is. Let's see if that is available in the latest version of Canvas.
Sure.
One idea, Matthew, you're going to be in Trivandrum?
Mm. And the judge?
No, no, Onam idea. Are you going to be in Trivandrum for Onam?
Yes, yes. I'm here. And then tomorrow I'll come to the office. Then yeah, I'm going to be pretty much here in town. So is this client
Sutherland.
Hello.
Good evening, Jess. It's Raghavendra here. How are you doing today?
Hi, Raghavendra. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? Your
Good.
voice is not audible.
How about now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. I was in another call. It's a back-to-back call from me.
No problem.
He's 1 year. And I'm expecting few of my team members to join. They are in different geos and
Yeah.
just different locations actually.
Yeah. No
Give us a
problem.
minute so that we assemble.
No problem. You guys can wait. Yeah.
Hey, just Raghav here. Just give me a minute. I want Dr. Vani to join this call as well. She's in the process of doing that.
Yeah. No problem.
Log into the
Yes.
this one,
Yes.
WebEx.
Yes. 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 Yeah. I can see you. Yes.
You're based out at Trivandrum, is it?
Yeah. We are based out of Trivandrum, Raghav.
Okay. She joining?
GTA London, sir. Record sheet.
Hey, Vani, uh, are you on the call?
Yes, yes, Raghavan there.
Oh, thanks. We were waiting for you actually. Thanks,
Okay.
thanks for joining. Are we expecting anyone else, Vani? It's only you, right?
I asked my trainer to join, but you can start it, no problem.
Yeah. Thanks, Vani. Joyce, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for taking your time out and showing the Canvas application to us. I just wanted to set the ground rule here. So we just you have seen the mail which has been sent by, and we are asking your help in terms of probing further into the Canvas tool.
Yes.
So yes, as part of that activity, we started working with the NDA and other required documentation.
Yes.
So in the meantime, the team wanted to understand what is this Canvas we are talking about, and how does that work, and how it is, where it's deployed, etc. So that's why I just set up this call to understand further, so that we'll have a clear-cut idea on what's this all about.
Okay.
So over to you, Judge. You can give a brief introduction, and then you can get started.
Sure. Yeah, thank you, Raka, for the introduction. Vani and Raka, thank you for taking time. I have my product manager of this business line, Matthew Verghese, as well on the line. He actually will be conducting the demo, but I'll talk briefly about the product. Matthew, you want to say hello to Raka and Venu?
Yeah, hi, hello, this is Matthew.
Okay. So the Canvas, as you might have heard or read, is an open source LMS. We have been using the Canvas and implementing online courses for a number of use cases for almost 5 6 years now. Because actually,
Joyce, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Maybe you should be.
Raka,
You should.
am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, it's a bit better now.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was just saying that.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I was just saying that the Canvas is an open source LMS because which has become very popular in the US, and it has got almost all the latest functionalities of a typical LMS is expected to have. Because it's open source, we have been using the LMS system um, for a number of use cases. So our expertise is in terms of hosting and maintaining the canvas as well as customizing it. Um, because it's built on Ruby on Rails, and as we know, we are a group of people who have got a lot of technical depth on the Ruby on Rails platform. Um, Raka, are you with me?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, so you can, today what we intend to do is to show you a typical client, I mean, a student, teacher, administrative reporting kind of functionalities of Canvas. And then if there are any specific use cases that you're looking at, we can come back and talk about how those can be, implemented using the Canvas LMS.
No. Okay.
Uh, excellent, just Vani, is that fine? That should be fine, isn't it? So let's understand the product, then we can give
Yeah,
the
yeah.
use
We'll
case.
give an overall overview of the product, and if there are any specific use cases that you're looking at to implement, then we can have another round of discussion.
laptop better.
Vani, maybe you
Yeah,
should
I'm
go
just
on
asking
mute.
the team to go on mute. Yeah. I'm just asking the
Yeah,
team to
thanks.
go on mute. Team,
Thank you,
please
Vani.
go on mute. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, Matthew.
Sorry for that.
Why don't? Yeah, no worries, Mani. Matthew, why don't you get the demo going, Matthew? Thank you.
Thanks, Joyce. Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew. I'm from Trivandrum, and then I've been working on this product for quite a long time. So I hope you can all see my screen.
Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. Okay. So this is a demo system, and then this is customized and named it as Iris Tutor. There's a login screen. Now, just a brief about the Canvas system. Just like any other LMS system, it can have, it has been hosted, and then you can have multiple sub accounts, and then you can also customize each sub account. For example, if you put it as let's take the case of a university. Now, university, if you consider this product is capturing for the entire university, you can actually departmentalize. For example, the chemistry department can have a sub account, and then that sub account can hold a number of courses. All interactions can be done within that sub account. Now, if mathematics have another department, then you can have a separate sub account for mathematics. And of course, the look and feel of each of the sub account can be different as well. For example, the customization on the landing page, the banners, even the URLs, the login screen, all those things can be customizable, and then you can have it separately within the system. So this is pretty much, I have actually logged in as a super user, and this is pretty much the landing.
Matthew, sorry to hold you. You said like it's just Iris Tutor. Is it something like you're just usually it should be Canvas, or it's something like you customized it the different domain?
That's right. Yeah. So Canvas is an open source LMS system. So we have actually customized it, and then this demo instance is it's on a different domain that it has been hosted.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I have actually logged in as a super user, and then this is pretty much my landing page. If you look at from a student perspective, what a student would be like to see in a landing page is like some of the recent activities that are there, some announcements that are there. But from a teacher perspective, teacher would be interested in knowing about what are some of the courses that the student would have already attended it. What are some of the to-do list for that teacher, and then of course if there are any upcoming events, anything that teacher should be mindful about the moment it has been logged in. So depending on the teacher, student, or the administrator, you can actually customize the login and to give maximum inputs as and when a user logs into the system. Just like any other, user login credential, you have your inbox, some of the typical configurations that an individual user can do that can be under the settings. Since I'm a super user, I'm into several courses. Let's say like a teacher who lands onto the system, and or a student who lands onto this home page. As you click onto the courses, you would get to see all the courses that are being assigned to that student all the courses for which a student or a teacher is part of. Now, I also would like to show you like how the sub accounts are set up. Like in this Canvas system, you can have multiple sub accounts, as I have mentioned in the beginning. Like you can have a number of sub accounts, and then all these sub accounts are managed here. Like I have got a number of sub accounts here. Each of the sub account can have a number of courses, and all these sub accounts will be independent of the other sub accounts. Like if you are enrolled into only one sub account, so you would get to see only the details of that particular sub account. So straight away I will go into a particular course. So I'm actually done a course setup for the demo purpose, and then it is specifically for a university. And in this course, if I basically the way the courses are set up is like you have all sort of information that you can put in, like you can have multiple courses, and then I will just pick just one course. Now if you look at a course, there are a number of things that you can include. The first thing would be a home page wherein you can give a brief introduction about what this course is all about. You can also have a few videos or images embedded just to give you kind of a promo information about what is this all about, so that anyone who goes into the course, kind of an introduction, they can go in and understand what it is. That is the first part, like a home page. Secondly, you can let the student know what are the different modules that you're going to have in this course. Module in the sense you can have different videos, you can have different readings on this particular course, and then you can also have quizzes and assignments. Canvas supports a number of quizzes. It's around some 10, 11 quiz types it supports, and we have also done a few customized quiz types specifically for our health domain customers. When I say quiz types, it comprises of all the standard quiz like true or false, multiple choices, essay writing, pick the maximum answers from a question. All kinds of standard questions types are being supported in this. Then you also have assignments. For example, suppose you want a student to go over a particular passage or go over a video and understand what it is. At the end of the passage, a teacher can basically ask the student to submit an assignment, and then assignment can be submitted either as a test or as a document or as a video, or they can just simply take the text editor on the system and then just type in. Now once the assignment is submitted, the teacher can go and then manually grade it. Then finally, so these are some of the things that are included in this course. I will just go into the modules and then probably show you how this course has been laid out. So in this particular course, I've got, of course, I had a landing page with the promos, but then my modules are arranged in this fashion, wherein I have a lecture, then immediately after the lecture I have a practice, then I have a second lecture. This is also basically this is a video, and then I have a practice quiz, then I have an assignment, and then this material is actually uploaded in PDF format, but then when the student goes in, it actually renders within this application, and then finally I have a course completion certificate. So these are some of the things that I have. Now adding on to this, you can also have YouTube videos embedded, or you can have your own videos in any of the video streaming site, and then you can link your courses with the videos. So that is also one of the options that is available. And depending on how you want to set up the course, you can basically set your course up. So this is one of the ways at which I have set it up. But then, these are all like, you have all sort of drag and drop functionalities over here, wherein you set up all your content of the courses, and then the way teacher wants to arrange. For example, I want 3 of the lectures to go first, then couple of quizzes next, then probably an assignment, and then again come back with a couple more modules. So those are possible. And there are also ways like, suppose a course is like time bound. For example, a course is for a month, and then I mean, that comprises of 4 weeks, and you can set it up like, I have week 1, certain modules to be delivered to the students on week 1, and at the end of the week, a student is expected to take an assignment or a quiz. And you can have some preconditions set. For example, okay, the first week, the once the student completes the first week assignments, the student is expected to score a minimum of probably like 70% of mark. Only then the next week next week module will be open up to the student. So something like, you can actually set up some preconditions. For example, I have basically set some preconditions here. The first, this particular, the flavor of bioinformatics, this is something the student must have to go through. Only then a student will be allowed to take the quiz, and then in this quiz, the student is expected to score at least 70 marks. Only then the third module will be open and then allowed to the student to pick up. So such kind of preconditions can be set up for the teacher. Yeah, so and then of course every course is like, you can either keep it open for the entire student, or you can keep it as like, time bound. For example, that the course start on this date and then it ends on this date. Within that, if there are some assignments that needs to be submitted, that can be configurable, and then time can be kept, and then it can also be locked. With respect to the security aspect of it, of course you have a login credential, and then even if you want to open a quiz or a course, it can have, in fact you can have an additional password set, and then you can also basically, supposing you want the student to take this course from a lab, and then if there's a series of IP address assigned to the machines only from which the student is expected to take this, then you can assign such IP address to the system. That way this course will be open only from that series of IP address, from the series of IP address that the student access. So there are those kind of securities are in place. These are basically the
Matthew,
overview.
Sorry to stop you.
Right.
I believe like it's like a role-based authentication is enabled here, isn't it? It's based on the roles. The specific set of quiz courses will be enabled to the particular set of users. Otherwise, it will be it configurable based on the users as well as based on the roles. Am I right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Basically, in this, two roles are pretty much important when you set up a course. One is a teacher, and the other one is a student. So these are the two main actors in this. But there are also several other roles like, teacher assistant, observer, and things like that. But as you have rightly said, it's role based. Suppose a teacher set up a course
at
and
the user level. At the user level, will you be able to configure, for example, for a specific set of users or a group of users, we need a specific set of course, and the different groups we need a different set of courses. So at that level, can we configure this, or just common configuration for all the users?
No, it can be configured based on a group of users. For example, you can actually create a group and then assign a set of users to that particular group, and then a different configuration can be applied to that particular group. So that way they will only be falling under that category.
Excellent. There one more question I have.
Right.
I understand that the quiz is online. So is the assignment that has been assigned to a particular user, will it also be online, or is it something offline work he will do and he will come back and submit the files?
You have there are several options to submit an assignment. For example, suppose you go in online and take the test editor and type in your assignment. For example, write something about the or the latest mobile technologies. So if that is the assignment, so what a student can do is like they can very well go and open the text editor and then submit that. But then there are several options. The second option is like, I mean, teacher can decide those options. If teacher set the option as like submit assignment using the test editor, then the student should be able to submit only through the test editor. Now if it is something like a video upload, then they can go offline and create a video and then upload it. Or if it is something like they cut a PDF or a Word document, then they can upload those into the system. So there are different ways at which the assignments can be submitted, and then it is depending on how a teacher set it up.
Excellent. Anyway.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's right. All right. So I'm just going through the setting up of the things. So I went to the home page, and then this is how my modules are set it up. So it's a preset course. I'm just going to run through this. So from a student point of view, once they land into this, they get to see the an introduction. Now again, I will just go into this people page, before even I land on this. So once the teacher set it up, the courses, so the teacher can go into this people's page and then basically invite the students. Now you can actually have have group invitation. In the sense, you can have all the students' name, email address, and then maybe give them either a common password, or you can actually expect the user to register their username and password in the first login. So either you can have a bulk upload of the student with a predefined template, that way the entire user will get registered and then assigned to this course, or else teacher can use any of this method, like this format, to invite the users. They can have comma separated a number of users. Now the role is like either student, teacher. So these are some of the role, but then more importantly, student and teacher are the key roles. So those are like, these are like supporting roles for the people to set up the courses, or maybe to monitor what the student is doing. So those are some of the additional roles. But then once you type in the username with the right email address and then the role, then you can just click next, and then it's going to actually send out a customized email to the student stating that you have been enrolled into this course, and here is the link to follow, and then go into the page to access this. And then if this course is time bound, it would also show you in the email, like when this course will be available for the users, and what is the time period for the user to go take the course. So those informations are available. And of course, one the user will be getting an email. If they don't get it, you can resend the invitation, and then you can also remove the user from the course if they don't accept it, or if if it is something obsolete, then you can remove it. So yeah, so that is how a user lands onto the course. Now, when the user logs in, they can go into My Courses, and then they will get to see all the courses that they are enrolled into. So I'll just run through this course. Now, this is landing page for that user, and then some information with image embedding, and then I also have a promo video wherein it's linked to the Google. YouTube. And it's actually streaming from the YouTube. So once you click, it will start playing from the YouTube, but within the screen. Yeah. So it plays and completes here, and then the student can basically click the button and then basically redirect it to the next page. Any questions or?
Yeah, just one quick question. The videos which you have uploaded, I guess, is there a both options like the audio and video the user can see, or it is only the audio that they'll be seeing? Because these are videos and we have some constraints on security, so we have to be a little more careful when we are uploading these videos. Is it always a link to Google, or we can download and take approvals and upload them here?
Yeah, it can be a private channel from your YouTube, wherein you can embed this, or there are also some video streaming places like Kaltura, or there are some providers that are available where you can securely keep your videos, and then that can be embedded into Canvas system. Now, when you have a video embedded, it will play both the visuals and the audio will be available. But if you have separate audio, then even that audio can be embedded into into your courses, and the expectation would be, it just plays, and then you can listen to the audio.
Okay. Let's say I, as a user, I logged in and I'm going through my course. Does the end user have an ability to download anything without permissions?
No, they won't be able to I mean, there are some restrictions on the download. Certain things can be downloaded. For example, if the documents that are uploaded into the system, those are like downloadable, but not the embedded videos. Videos are not downloadable.
Okay, what if I don't want any of my content to be downloaded? Can you give that restriction to us?
Yeah, so we may have to customize a few things in order to restrict the user from downloading. Yeah, that is possible.
Okay. I guess print screen will still work, right? Because it is on the system.
Yeah, that can be restricted on a Windows level, like, or an operating system level. You can restrict the. Yeah.
Okay, can you go to people once again?
Okay.
Okay, on top, we had this group certain people. Can you just expand that and show us? On your right hand side, you have something called group with a plus sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the prior page also we saw.
Right. So this is like you can have a group, and then you can have number of students assigned into this group, and then that can be actually that group assigned into a course. That is basically the group is all about.
Okay. Now let's say I have some 100 people who have to go through some mandatory course.
Okay.
Can I customize all your fields in an Excel and upload that Excel inside this, or what is the best way and easy way to do that?
Yeah, so we have got so that's what I was trying to refer to, that you don't have to type in all the users and then invite them. So there's a predefined user upload in Excel template, and then you need to use that, and then you can put the first name, the last name, the email address, and then every course will have a course ID. So you need to if you are a teacher creating a course, then you will have a session ID that is generated in the course. So you need to mention that session ID, and then either you can put in the user's common password, or you can actually leave that common password, so that once they get the enrollment email, they can basically log in, create their own account there. So of course, to answer your question, you have a bulk upload wherein you can put everything into a spreadsheet, a predefined spreadsheet, and then upload that. That would create the user and enroll into this particular course.
Okay, is it possible to show that process? Just for my curiosity, because I know we face a lot of challenges.
I will show you the template. Let me just go into my system and then try to. I mean, I was not prepared for that, but I can at least quickly pick up the template.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is how it is. Okay, so this is how it is. Like, you have a user ID and then the login ID.
Matthew, sorry,
Yeah.
your screen is not getting refreshed actually.
Okay, so where are you now? Like, let me see whether I
The
can.
student groups page actually.
Okay. Right. So you don't see the Excel. Okay, let me see how we can share that. Hold on. Yeah. Do you see my this spreadsheet?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so this is how it is. Actually, the first is the user ID. So these are the headers: user ID, login ID, and then the third column. See, I have hidden that for security purpose, but then that is the password. And the fourth is the D column is the first name, and then the E column is the last name. Then you have a status like active. Now, if you change the status active to deactivate, then basically, and then if you upload it, then you can just delete those users as well. Then in case you want to have the email address, then you can have the email address, and you create this file, convert that into a CSV format. Then there is an option for you to upload this. There's a place where you can go in and then upload this. Then it would take all this data and then create this user, and then basically basically make you basically enroll this user. Now there's also one more. This is for creating the user. There's one more a spreadsheet where how you enroll this user into a course. Do you see another spreadsheet? Is that viewable?
No, Matthew.
Okay, let me do that. I think at this stage I'm able to share only one, I believe. Let me try. Yeah. Okay. You see this spreadsheet, second spreadsheet?
Not it.
The one which says course ID, user ID.
No, not it, Matthew. We are still looking at your old the user uploads.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah. We
Okay.
can see course
So,
ID, user ID.
right. Yeah. Right. So the first one was the way you upload the users. Now the second one is like if some of those users needs to be specifically assigned as a student to this particular course. Now course ID is this. So I've created a course and then name that course ID as April. I mean, you can give any course ID you would like, and then so this is my user ID. Again, when you create the user, you have a user ID. Typically, the user ID is pretty much the name of the user, and then the role you have to specify the role, and then there's also a session. See, session is nothing but a group of users. So all these users will fall under this session, and then the current status of that session. So you would need to create this information into a spreadsheet, and then save this as a CSV file, and there's a provision where you can just upload that. That would go and enroll these users into the course, and then you would be able to see the entire users grouped into this particular session. Now again, this session or this group will be used when you pull the grade of the user. You can basically pull the grade for this particular group of users based on the session. So that way you'll get to see the entire group's details, like their grade, the mark, etc.
Okay, one more question. If I have to add any particular fields, let's say I want to add a location, and then I want to add their year, and then I want to add their codes, something like that. If I want to expand the headers, is it possible, or should we restrict ourselves to the defined headers in the Excel sheet?
Yeah, so these are like native canvas functionalities, and then it does have only the restricted columns. But then if we can understand what exactly the purpose of those things, then basically we can go and then do some customization and then see. It's not just enough to have these fields added, right? Correspondingly it should have the database column where it is going to reside, and then from a GUI standpoint or from a functionality standpoint, where that columns are going to be used in the system. So those needs to be defined. So if we can understand, like, what are your use cases on those additional columns, then definitely we can make some customization for that.
Okay, thank you. Is there a restriction of number of users? Like, it's any number can be loaded in the spreadsheet, or it is like 50 ones and 50 ones? Is that specified like that? Or let's say I want to load 500 people at one go. Can I do?
Yes, you can go. The one that we have tried is around 1,000 users, but then there is no restrictions as such. The only problem is, like, it has to go and then map the user or create the user, so it takes a little while if the number of users are more. But then I personally have tried 1,000 users, and then it was successful. So you can have, as you mentioned, your criteria is 500. You can try it at a stretch. You can do that.
Okay, what is the lag time after we load the spreadsheet? Let's say for user creation, when we load a spreadsheet of 500, what is the lag time? Will it take 24 hours or it's 12 hours? Or
no.
Immediate?
Oh, no. Immediate. It should be completing less than 5 minutes, the creation of the user.
Okay. Now I'm back on your screen. Let's say we are on the user screen, I guess. No, course screen. So let's say I have on the screen there are about 15 or 25 active users. I want to designate this course only to 7 of them. So I can keep only those 7 as active, and should I do a deactivate for all the other users? Is that how I have to do?
No, see, I showed you 2 spreadsheets, right? The first one was to create users. Let's say, like, your organization has got around 500 employees, and then one way or other these employees are going to be part of any of these courses. So at this stretch you can go and create all the 500 employees on the first spreadsheet that I have shown. But then so now that the user is created in the system, but you want to assign out of the 500 or 100 users into a specific course. So you only put those 100 users user ID here, and then put the course ID, and then upload this, and that way only those 100 users will get enrolled into this particular course. Okay.
Now next time I want to use, I want to define another course to these 100 users. I have to again send one spreadsheet, is it? With a new course ID?
Correct. Yeah. So it's like, the model is like, courses. So suppose you wanted to enroll a user to 10 different courses, then you'll have to put all the 10 course ID into spreadsheet and then upload those number of users. And it's just to reduce your manual work. It's like, you are part of all the 10 courses. Yeah.
Okay, so the control measure is the spreadsheet on which I'm making a decision whether a user should go to this course or no. There is no control in the system as such.
There is the system is like, every course provides you the people tab, wherein you can see the number of users are either enrolled or the number of users can be enrolled. Like, you can basically type in there and then enroll those users. I mean, you get a control over there, but if you choose to have a bulk upload, bulk enrollment, that is where you use the spreadsheet.
So individually also we can do it in the system.
Right. Individually it is possible, and individual in the sense you can have comma separated users, a number of them. For example, if you are able to put your users with a comma separation on a text, and then just copy that and paste there and then click next, all of them will get enrolled in. But then if that is not possible, then you can create the spreadsheet and then put them into different column and then upload it. It is going to do the same work.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Correct. You're
And last question. After I enroll a person to the course, you mentioned that there is a trigger that is going to the user saying that you are enrolled into this course, and there is a link, there is a time, all that is going to the user as soon as we allot or assign a course to the user. Now, as a user, I start, and let's say the course is about 20 hours or something. I start today and I complete only 2 hours of work and 2 hours of my course. Is there a trigger going to the user saying that you completed only 2 hours, remaining is this alert goes on a day-to-day basis? Is there a possibility?
Yeah, there are alerts that either, there are some global alerts that you can set it up as a teacher, which will go into the student, and there are also certain alerts or notification that student themselves can set it up, something like reminders. Now it will not tell you like you have completed only a part of it, but it would tell you like you have a course, your due date is this, and then or else you have an assignment, the due date is this. So those kind of alerts can be set it up either on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or hourly basis, depending on how you want to set it up. Now let me just go into that particular screen and then show you some of those notifications. Are you able to see my demo? Right. Okay. You see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. Somehow I'm not able to share all my screen. Yeah, somehow I think there are some restrictions on this, and that's the reason. Actually, I have to stop once. Sharing a screen and then go on to the next one. That's the reason I asked. Okay. So here you have a notification. Yeah, so if you see this notification, see course activities, you have a due date for the assignment, grading policies, course content, file, and then a few things that you have is like you have notify me right away, and then send daily summary, and then send weekly summary, and then do not send me anything, something like that. So you can specify that information. And then you can set those informations here itself. So that way, it is going to send you notification based on all these activities that are defined here. Like with respect to the course activities, you have a discussion, then you have a conversation, then you have scheduling, then if there are any group updates, if there are any administrative notifications, so those things can be configurable.
Okay, that's nice. Now under email addresses, I think the system will also take any group mail ID, right? let's say I have created a group mail ID for my trainers. If I give that, it will take, right? It will not host. I mean, it will not hold it because it doesn't have a name or something like that.
That's right, but then that group email ID will be treated as a user email ID as per the as by Canvas. So that way, even if sort of, for example, I have got like all employees at google.com. If that is going to be my email ID, and then it is going to treat, the system is going to treat as a user, and then it will start sending out email to that group, and then whoever is associated to that group would definitely get that email.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you. And all these alerts, is it totally dependent on the email ID, I think, right? Whatever we give, the alerts go to those people only.
Right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. It is the email address that you have basically set for yourself. See, these are like, you can have multiple emails. You have a primary email, and then you can have number of secondary emails. And then there are also some options like, you can get a text message on your mobile phone, but then again, you may have to tie up with some providers, some configurations needs to be done, and then provider would be charging you something. So those are also there. But then depending on what email address you specify on your account is going to be the to which the alert is going to be sent.
Okay.
Raka?
Thank you.
You reaching out to me?
Joyce, it's Raga. We are a quick time check. We are left with just 5 minutes. Is it possible to continue the? We'll go on till 5. Is it possible to have the session tomorrow at the same time as well? Is it okay for you?
Yeah. Matthew, how
I don't know how I don't know about your agenda, like what you wanted to show. So I'm just feeling like still we are in the initial phase of it. And
Matthew, are you available tomorrow, Matthew, at the same time?
Yes, tomorrow the same time should be available. Should be okay with me. So the point was like, I was actually going through the demo, but at the same time, there are a number of points to be touched upon. So I think a question answering session would be really good. But I got a few more things to show.
I think what we could do for tomorrow, Raka, email us specific specific functionalities that you're interested to look at, rather than doing we'll do a general demo today. I mean, maybe Matthew may need another 5-10 minutes, and then if you have any specific scenarios you want to look at us, email us those scenarios, and then we will zoom in on those things tomorrow, if that's okay.
Is that fine, Moni?
We can try that, but as you're showing, sometimes things get stuck, right? So we're trying to clarify then and there, so when it is fresh in our brain.
That's also
you're showing a feature. I'm thinking about the next step. Okay, is it possible based on our experiences?
No problem at all. Now, how much time you guys have today to continue this?
I think I have another half hour on hand, Raghav.
Yeah, let's continue, Vani. No issues.
All right.
Thank you.
Matthew.
I mean, we'll allow you to do your demo, and probably I'll hold my questions. I'll allow you to do your demo.
No, not at all, Vani. You can hold Joyce and Matthew any point in time. They're okay to answer.
I think we want this to be interactive. I think we want this to be interactive. Only then I think it's going to be useful from your perspective, we believe. So let's continue using the same. You can ask questions, and Matthew definitely will try to go into those details and answer those.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would also suggest stop me at any point of time and then I raise your questions. See, that way, it will be more interactive. You may even look into some of the areas that I may not have thought about demonstrating you. So feel free to ask. And then, if we are not done today, definitely we can have another demo tomorrow. No issues from my side.
Yeah, and then if they go to me,
just one quick question here Raghav here. Have you configured anything related to healthcare here, medical coding related stuff as part of your demo, so that it would have been more useful for the team to relate things? So
I mean, in this particular, I have not done any healthcare related. Maybe I was showing you something very general, but then anything related to healthcare, you can ask me. I have the expertise working for the healthcare product for the last 5-6 years. So we can definitely relate those things, and then maybe I can explain it to you.
Okay,
yeah, that's great.
thank you.
And then if this GoToMeeting ends at 5, I will send you a new one quickly. Okay. I hope it doesn't, but if in case it does, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So I will just go into the, so as a student, I'm on the landing page. I looked at the promo video. I also looked at the image, and then I read about it. So I'm going to the main page, and then I see that this is how it is. See, you would have seen like this is with 100 points, and then different points are given, and there are also some options like teacher can set it up in the way they like. For example, teacher can restrict the student to take only once. Teacher can even set the student like you can attempt a quiz multiple times, and then probably I can take the grade as the grade could be like best, the highest from the maximum attempt, or take the last score from the attempt, or the first from the attempt. So depending on your either the way you want to set it up, those things are all flexible.
This is Rani again. Sorry to
please.
interrupt. You mentioned in the very beginning that your quizzes accommodate all varieties of questions. Right, fill in the blank, choose the best, and choose multiple. I guess free text option is also there. Can you please confirm that?
Which option?
Free text, like you mentioned something about a text editor, right? Will that option help us for a free text?
Yes, there's a free text, but the only thing is like when you the answer can be in free text, but then when you enter the answer, when the student enters the answer, teacher will have to do a manual grading. So that's only So you answer in free text, and then that will be sent to the teacher for a grading, and teacher can go through it and then manually enter a mark. So that way the grade book will get updated.
Okay, that means let's say 10 coders are there for me to take an assessment, and it comes as through an email, or it gives me an alert. How do I know that I have to do this manually?
It will send to the user, the teacher as an email, and then it will also I'll just show you once probably that when the teacher logs into the home page, there is a to-do list, right? I showed you that to-do list. See, it says like grade technical subjective. So this is something that teacher will have to go in manually and then go and do the grade. These are assignments that needs manual intervention. So similarly, there are to-do lists, and it is also like when they go into the grade book, they would get to see like what are some of the things that needs to be manually graded. For example, do you see the second screen that I have opened?
We are seeing primer on bioinformatics right now.
Okay, right. Primer on bioinformatics. So you see a grade book here, like student, right. So if you look at the assignments here, okay, I'll just go back. So these are like assignments. It's a test entry submission. So when they go into this, when the teacher goes into the grade book, they would get to see like who needs to be submitted the assignments, and then what is the nature of the assignments, or even some of the quizzes, as you mentioned, free text entry, that would show you here without any grading. So basically, they can go into this and then look at what needs to be go into the assignment and then try to see this is the assignment that has been submitted. So it says this, and then what you could do is like, you can type, you can say, I mean, in this case it is only complete or incomplete, so you can just say complete. But then if it is if it is an assignment with a grade, the point, then instead of this, there will be an option for the teacher to enter a point, and then they can enter that point. That would automatically get updated on the grade book. So that is how the manual grading is done. But again, the teacher will get notified on the home page, and then the teacher can also go into the grade book and then try to pick the user having manual assignments entered or manually answered questions, that they can go and do a grading.
Okay, you mentioned there add a comment field. That is the teacher, while after correcting or during correction, whatever he wants to write, they're going to write there. Is that correct?
That's right. This is something like, teacher can
Give an
write a
online
comment.
feedback.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Again, one more point I want to mention along this comments. When teachers set up the courses, and then let's say, like, teacher is setting up a quiz, and let's say it's a multiple choice quiz. So there are 4 answers given, and the correct answer is 1. Now it is there are 3 balloons in the sense there are 3 comment boxes. One is like, if the answer is correct and still you wanted to write some reference on the correct answer, then you can write there. So that way, when the student take the quiz and then click on that answer, and then once they submit the answer, then they will get to see all the answers if that is permissible. Now there are also options where you can just restrict the user from seeing the answers once they submit it. Now if you allow them to see the answer, then this rationals can be there, in the sense why that answer is this. You can write a commentary about why this answer is this. Now if the answer is wrong, again you can actually add in a few points, like, the answer is wrong, you may need to refer these many areas, link or book, page number. Yeah. And then there is also a general comment that you can mention. So there are 3 boxes there for each questions. So that would actually help, particularly people who are doing medical coding. That's going to definitely give. You can just refer all those information, and then they can go back and refer it.
Okay, that's nice. And all the questions, let's say I have 100 questions on my question paper, and these are all multiple choice. So I guess your system allows for blind randomization.
Right.
Will the system allow?
The blind randomization, in the sense, okay, you have 100 questions in your question bank, and then you wanted to only give 20 questions to the student. Is that randomization, or you want to shuffle the answers?
I want the questions and the answers also to be shuffled. For example, I have 100 people with same 100 questions, only one is the right answer. But the question which comes to me and you is different. By chance, if you and I still get the right same question, the answers, my ABCD should not match with your ABCD.
Definitely. Those are, yeah, definitely that's available. You can shuffle the answers. You can shuffle the order at which the questions are given to each of the student. Those are all possible.
If I don't want to do also, it should be possible. Let's say I want everybody to do top 10 questions first. So I should have that ability also.
Yes, that is also there. Those are parameters, when you set up your quiz, you have different parameters. So you just need to say shuffle answers, or do not shuffle answers. Those would take care of that.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
All right.
And is there an issue with the speed and the size of the documents? Like sometimes in medical coding, you can imagine there are like lengthy medical cases that we have to load. Is there any constraint with respect to the size of the document and the length and number of pages? Any constraints on that area?
Yeah, but it all depends on how you configure your system. I think there are some parameters in the background of the system, like what is the maximum size of the files that you can upload, or what is the maximum file size that you can have it in a course. So those are all configurable. Those are done in the application level. So basically we put it as like, a file should be less than of 10 megabyte, but then it also allow you to in fact upload a single document having 100 MB. So I was just trying to tell you, like, how this different configuration can be done. Yes, size can be taken care, but again, it all depends on what is your requirement and what needs to be taken care, how that needs to be configured.
Okay, and just to reconfirm, it's going to accept all sorts of formats, right? PDF, Excel, Word, Notepad, a picture, anything.
Right. The images can be uploaded, the PDF can be uploaded, and then a document can be uploaded. Now the PPT PowerPoint presentation, basically what it happens is like, you can actually convert this PPT file into SWF file. Like only then it will play it if you upload it. So in presentations, basically you want the student to play and see that, right, rather than just downloading and then seeing it. So in order for that to happen, you may need to convert this file into a .swf file, which is like, a lot of converting tools are available free of cost. So you should be able to convert that and then put it there.
Okay, I'm not aware of the other conversions of PPT, but just, as a layperson, I'm asking you this question. I have a 20 slides PPT, and let's say I'm doing a session now. I want to record that and upload it into your system. Can I do that? Or are you meaning the same? I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
No, could you come again, your question? I just want to understand a little more on that.
Yeah. See, for example, today in my today's world, I'm addressing the team as an instructor-led trainer. Now tomorrow when I have to move into an electronic technology-enabled training, I don't want them to just see my PowerPoint. There is some value add I add as a trainer, right? So I read out, I test on some areas, I tell them, no, this is the way you have to address this. So those, my talking points, my voice can also be recorded in the system, or I should do it separately and load it into the system. How would my voice come along with my PPT?
Right, that's what. So that is something you may have to record it separately and then probably put it as a lecture or something separately as any video file or audio file.
Okay. Are there any separate configurations? Because multiple geographies, multiple systems, if there are any technical constraints, maybe we need to know about that because we are not in one location.
Technical constraints in the sense, can you give me an example? What I understand is like you give a lecture and then you wanted to capture that lecture and then put it as a course or maybe a module in a course. Is that your expectation, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And the end user should be able to listen to my lecture and also walk through that presentation. He can click through the presentation, but my voice also should be audible. If possible, my video also.
I see. See, if it is going to be a video lecture, then definitely the slides that you flash through is going to get captured, right? So in this way, you don't really need to have a separate presentation, because if you put that video or embed that video and then ask the student to play that includes everything. But you have so take the case like, you have a PPT presentation that is running and then you want to have a separate audio to be played to explain what that PPT is all about. Then I haven't done that scenario before, so I need to see how that can be done, or either we may have to have some kind of a both the PPT and the video, audio being played. So I'm not sure about that.
Okay, if you can explore and let us know, that would be very helpful.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. Any other questions before I move on?
No, you can move on. Thank you.
Right. So this is like, I'm just running through a simple course wherein yeah. So here, my first lecture is about it's basically a classroom scenario. I mean, what exactly, ma'am, you have asked. So this has been recorded, and then a professor is lecturing the class. So this, I'll just wait until the professor comes to the class.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is basically a lecture, live lecture that has been shot, and then a video has been prepared, edited, and then it has been uploaded into the YouTube. So when the course is set, this video has been embedded so that it actually plays within the system, but then it is actually streaming from the YouTube.
I see.
Maybe someone would say that mask that is applied here, that is carpet.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, right. So once this course, it's symbolically like you have to go through this, and then once that is done, then the moment you open it is done from a system perspective. Then you can go into the next one, like as per my module, the next is a practice quiz. Now these are some of the basic information that is there, like this is a quiz type, this is the points, and then the time limit. You have multiple attempts. The score to keep is the highest. Then the limited the attempts are unlimited. Then responses are always. Then show correct answers, no. One question at a time, no. So these are some of the settings that is there, and then it also shows you like some restrictions are there. When it is open. When you try this. So I'm going in as an administrator and then using it. That is why I can override everything. So basically, if I'm on an administrator, then I have control over every aspect of the system. That way, I don't have to switch over the users. But then, if you are a student, then the student will have some limited information. For example, this quiz is actually locked until a student is not able to take this after July 15 or something. So they won't be able to take this course. But then as an administrator, I have the entire control of the system. That is why I am allowed to take this.
Okay.
Okay, and then see, if you look at, there are 10 questions. So for example, actually I click on the first one, and then automatically the first one get grayed out. Okay. Now again, the way the quizzes are delivered, you can choose to deliver this quiz like one question per page, or all the questions on a single page. So that way, once you complete one question, you have to click next and go to the next page to see the next question. But then if you put it in one single page, then you will get to see the entire questions. You can scroll down and then answer whichever you would like. And then, for example, if I work on the fourth one, then it would show you like which the one that has been grayed out is the one that you have attempted. And then see, yeah, I have actually, this is a multiple choice, and then we have a true or false, and then this. So I'll just randomly. So once everything is done, then I'll submit it, and it also show you like how much time it is taken. So it
Okay,
also
one
gives
couple
you
of questions.
right.
Will it give an alert when some of the questions are not answered?
That's what you would see, ma'am, on this screen. See, I was trying to submit this, and then it gives you an alert saying that you have 5 unanswered questions. And then suppose you want, you wanted to continue that, then basically it will allow you to still continue since I have time, and then I will go ahead and then probably I will, my second question, I mark it, the third question, I mark it, then fifth one, and then eighth one, and of course my 10th one. So now if you look at on my right side, I have completed all the questions. I have answered all the questions.
Right.
Okay.
I can see that.
Right. So
Right,
submit it. Right. So submit it, and then it will show you like what was the correct answer, correct question, answers. So it will. Unfortunately, everything is incorrect. The corrects are all correct, but then if it is incorrect, it just shows you what is incorrect. And then
okay.
I thought
as soon as I submit, straight away the answers throughout, or can I hide them? I don't want them to see all the answers. I only want them to know their score. Is it possible?
it is possible. Yeah. In this, I have set it up as like show the answers. Like you can hide the answer. That way, the quiz will be always muted. They just submit it, and then the marks will be there on the grade book, and the answers will not be shown.
Okay.
That's possible. Yeah.
And do you have any quizzes of other varieties, like not multiple choice, let's say match the following or fill in the blank? Do you have any other quizzes of that sort in this presentation, for this demo?
Not in this presentation, but then I will what I will do is I will go into a quiz, and then I will try to set up a quiz for you. Like I can just show you what are the different types of quizzes that are there. Do you see my screen, the second screen?
Yeah, I can see max quizzes, unnamed quiz.
Right. Okay. So let me just go into this, ma'am. See, if you see that this is a graded quiz assignment, so you have shuffle answers. This will go and show shuffle answers. And then if you say I love multiple times, then you have some options like quiz score to be highest or latest. Then allow multiple attempts. So in case you want to restrict the user to access only 2 times, multiple means either 2 or either 2 or more than that. Suppose you want to specify a number, you can do so. Then this is where the answer to the question that you have asked just now. Let students see their quiz response. Only once each attempts, let students see the correct answers. Now if you uncheck this, then they will not be able to see the answers. And you can also set a time bound. For example, you give all the students to complete their quizzes or assignments for a week period. Now, after that, if the student want to go and then look at their answers, then it is permissible. So that way, if you want to restrict, then that is possible. Then again, show one question at a time. In fact, you wanted to see and deliver the questions on multiple pages. Then you can set this. Then I have mentioned in the initial stage, like if you want to protect this course with an additional password, then you can do so. If you want to protect it based on a IP address, like a series of IP address that you want to specify, then you can do so. Then again, you also have some kind of dates restrictions here. For example, you can put a due date, and then from which day this is going to be available, and then until which date is going to be available. So these are some of the quiz configurations. Now go into the questions. Okay, so I'll just click on that. Now these are the number of question types that are available in the system. Now you have multiple choice, true or false, fill in the blanks, fill in multiple blanks, multiple answers, multiple drop downs, match the following, matching, numerical answers, formula questions, essay questions, file upload questions. Like you have a question and
I I don't know. We are on question multiple choice. We are. I mean, we are not seeing all that what you mentioned right now.
Okay, so how many?
Is it yeah? We are able to see question multiple choice. After that, is there a drop down there that we have to click?
Yeah, it's a drop down. Actually, I am on a drop down. You don't see that?
You can't see the drop down.
No, I don't see the drop down.
No, they're not able to see Matthew.
Okay. Hold on. Why I? Hmm. Okay, do one thing. You see multiple choice, right?
Yeah, that
Correct.
we can see.
Do you see true or false now?
Yeah, now we can see. Correct.
Okay, so it's actually a drop down. I don't know why it is not been shown on this GoToMeeting, but then I'll try to pick the drop down. Pick the object from the drop down so that it is on the visible combo box. Okay, so you have fill in the blank. You have fill in multiple blanks, multiple answers, and you have multiple drop downs. Then you have matchings. Then you have numerical answers. Formula questions, essay questions, and you have file upload questions.
Okay.
And the last one is like a text. It's like text entry. So these are the questions that we have, and on top of that we have actually customized medical coding related questions. So even that is quite possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does that grading happen in case of fill in the blanks and all these go for manual correction? Is it?
No, fill in the blanks is like you have to define your answers. So for example, like suppose the fill in the blanks is like let's say like roses are roses are red and then lilies are violet. So you have to specify like dash and dash. Then you can mention like red and then white. Now it is case sensitive, so even if you write like all red, it's not case sensitive. So even if you like all red in capital or small letter or begin with a capital letter, then it will treat that as an answer, and then it is trying to match up and then give you the answer. It automatically correct it. Except for all the essay writings and then file upload or text writing, all the other are like you'll have to set your the right answers and then it's going to compare and give you the right answers. But having said that, there is something called fudge points. Now what it does is like suppose a teacher you have a 10 question quiz, and then you have set up all sort of things like you have fill in the blanks, and then you have multiple choices, and you have all the types of combination of questions, and then finally as a teacher, the system automatically grades it, and then it gives you like out of 100 the student got 70 marks. So teacher can go through the answer, and then if the teacher see that because of some issues like for example maybe a space was put in or some kind of a combination where the student really deserved another mark, then you can add that as a fudge point. That way that also will get calculated and then added up into the grade book. So that can be taken care.
Okay. And in the fill in the blanks, now I am from coding, so I have all numbers. So everything I can fix and give right answers, and then the system will do auto correction, right?
That's right. Yeah, it all depends on like if you have set up a code as the answer, and then it has to match with the same code. So that whatever the user enters, it has to match the same answer. So yeah.
Okay. So again, in quotes we have decimals in between. For some we have capital. All those can be taken care, I guess, right?
Yeah, that can be taken care of.
Okay.
In case if you have some model questions, then probably if you can send us, we will set a question for you, and then try to show you how that can be done. But again, to answer to your question, those things can be taken care. But then again, we can really work together to get that things done for you. In case there are some specific area that needs to be taken care, definitely we can.
Okay, that is helpful.
Okay.
And one more question: can we use this product for pre-screening activities? Let's say for a pre-employment screening, if I have to use this product, is this customizable, or you already have those options, or it is the same pattern? I just have to change the group and assign. How does that work?
Right. Yeah, so you can set it up for a recruitment purpose. In fact, we all use this for a recruitment purpose. What you could do is like, you have your question is like, you wanted to set up some interview questions as a course, and then basically you set your time period, like, this course is open only from this time to this time. So you only you can send the invitation based on that, and then you can make sure that the user gets in, and it can be time bound in the sense you only give them the restricted time to complete the quiz. So that way it can be used for recruitment purpose. Yes, that is possible.
One just one question.
Go ahead.
One is what I was trying to say is, from the pre-screening perspective, maybe we need to let's explore further. Let's focus on the LMS bit alone, Vani, so that we can close the session with respect to that. Maybe we can have one follow for pre-screening bit.
Okay, fine. No problem, Nagan. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So once that, I have the practice questions are done, and then I go on to the next session, and I just run this. Probably I'll pause it. Yeah, I'll go to the second practice quiz, and then take this quiz. So I have can I take this phone, because I'm supposed to be at home by in another half an hour. So let me just tell my wife that I'll be a little delayed. I'm sorry.
No problem. We are sorry.
Sorry to hold you, man. Sorry.
Okay. If possible, I just want to close. Go maybe in another 10 minutes. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah. But then I'll quickly run.
Maybe no problem, Matthew. Anyway, we scheduled the call tomorrow from 4, so we should be continuing from 4. No issues.
Yeah, right. I took another half an hour more. Joyce, is that okay? Because I had to run to something else first.
Absolutely no problem. In fact, I should thank Matthew. Today being a holiday, you came back. So anyway, we will continue tomorrow at 4 p.m. Matthew. Absolutely no worry.
Okay. Yeah. So I will just wind up this part. This is also another quiz that I have, and then maybe I'll submit this and then go on to the next part wherein I have a plain PDF. Yeah, this is an assignment, so I'll just go on to the next one. Yeah, I think I need to show you this maybe in detail, like how to submit an assignment. So it doesn't matter. I will continue this tomorrow probably at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I have a ready-made. Yeah, so this is something like, this is basically a PDF file, and then this has been and then attached to the course. Basically, we just want the student from downloading this, so it has been just embedded and kept it here, so they can just read through this PDF file. So I thought of, I mean, restriction in the sense it is not typically restricted a user from downloading it, but then, rather than they download and then view it, we thought of just embedding and then viewing it within the frame. So that is what I want to show you here. So this is basically a PDF file. So, and then once this is done, we have set up a small image just to show that you have completed this. That way the course ends. But then with respect to the assigned submission, probably I just need to show you something in detail, which would take maybe some 5 to 10 minutes. So I will resume this probably tomorrow.
Okay, Matthew. Thank you so much. Sorry for keeping
Excellent,
you.
Matthew. Thanks for your time as well.
Yeah.
Guys, would it possible for you to resend the invite for tomorrow?
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for extending as well.
Thank you.
Thanks for the
Thank you, everyone.
support here.
Thank you, Radha.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye.